Good morning, fam. I hope everyone is doing well. Happy Friday. It's just me today. Jax and I have been working around the clock on our fundraiser tomorrow. And we are so excited that many of you who are regulars with us will be joining us either as performers or as viewers. We're really excited to have you. But yeah, Jax and I are working around the clock, and we are. She's working on the fundraiser right now. I've been up for 2-3 hours working, and but we want to give you content every single day because that's what Kicking Coron is all about. It's about being there for you, whether we feel like it or not, so that you continue to take time for yourself and to listen to your body and to do good for your body, whether you feel like it or not. So as usual, Fridays are always more chill, more relaxed. We will be spending time just assessing our posture. I know that we're in a global pandemic, and we are probably unaware of how that is affecting our body. So we, as always, are going to spend some time focusing on our breath, on our posture, doing some yoga-inspired movements. I say yoga inspired because there are very many people, especially if you are a performer, who are posting yoga workout videos. So if you want true yoga, go to one of them. We're not professional yogis here, but we are professionals at listening to our bodies and seeing what they need and figuring out where to go from there. So that's what we're gonna do. If you have a mat, come on to it. If not, sit on the floor. I'm wearing socks because I'm in a basement and it's cold. And I am sitting in an upright position, legs crossed because this feels good for me, closing my eyes because I really want to. And I know a lot of people, when they talk about the hands, a lot of people encourage your hands to be up, which is nice for some people, and sometimes for me, I want to encourage groundedness and connectedness with my entire body. So I actually really like the sensation of being able to feel my body. I like the sensation of being able to feel myself underneath my palms, my fingertips. So this is where I am. I'm going to encourage you. I'm talking so I don't fall asleep with my eyes closed. I'm going to encourage you to just turn your focus into your body. I'm going to encourage you to, we're going to work from the bottom up as we usually do. So as you sit, you can close your eyes. There's nothing to see over here. I'm going to encourage you to put your attention towards your legs and your sit bones and see how everything is sitting. I'm actually, because I listen to my body, my legs didn't like being crossed like that, so I'm going to put one leg in front of the other this way. I'm thinking about from my sit bones down, I'm thinking about touching the floor with as much of my body as possible and distributing my weight as evenly as possible. If any of you are familiar with Alexander technique, I'm going to encourage you to think about your entire body, your sit bones and under, being rooted to the floor. And with every exhale, your roots are extending deeper. This is like one of those planet Earth time lapses where you can see something growing in fast motion. That's what your body's doing. Your body is becoming more and more rooted into the ground, deeper and deeper. The roots are growing bigger and bigger with every exhale, thicker and thicker. So that even if someone were going to try to push you over right now, you wouldn't go anywhere. Not because you're tight and tense, but because you're rooted. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale a little slower. Exhale. Inhale a little quieter. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I'm going to encourage you to keep that pace as I talk to you. For me, one of the bodily sensations that I'm becoming aware of is that my ears are actually ringing a little bit because I'm increasing flow and I'm increasing oxygen to the different parts of my body. All good things. Now, as you think of extending your roots in the lower half of your body, deeper into the ground, on every exhale, I'm going to encourage you to think about your abs as being part of that unit that flows down with every exhale and becomes more rooted and more grounded on every exhale. That means letting go of the abs on the inhale. Now, for me, especially as a woman, especially as a young woman who is used to certain beauty standards, letting go of my abs is not a comfortable or easy thing to do. And you're not going to let go entirely because you're not going to let go entirely because it takes some strength to even keep yourself upright in this position. But I am going to encourage myself to let go just a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale. Make it a little longer. Make the inhale a little quieter. Now my abs are locked into the rest of my body tree organism. So I'm also going to lock in my diaphragm. So my diaphragm is also going to, I'm going to think about extending it down into the floor. Technically, you can't do that because your diaphragm is a reflexive muscle, so you can't actually manipulate it, but you know. I'm gonna flip my legs just because it feels good for me, but you do you. Now we focused a lot on our exhale and that rooted feeling on our exhale. So now I'm going to bring our attention to our inhale. As we inhale, I want you to think of your lungs imploding like the bellows of an accordion. So that as we get lower on the exhale, we're also getting wider on the inhale up here. I want you to keep doing this and be mindful now of what your ribs are doing. For me, I feel my ribs extending outward like those bellows. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me. But now I want to be mindful of what my back is doing. So my back is actually extending outward. So I want you to think of your back on the inhale to extend like the wings of a butterfly. Lots of metaphor. And now that I'm conscious of my back, my ribs are actually extending more than they were before. And my abs and my butt and my legs are actually sinking deeper now with every exhale, now that I'm more connected. So I'm growing more deeply, and I'm also growing more widely. So as you can see, again, this is all about taking up space. Now I'm going to bring my attention to my chest, see what my chest is up to. For me, my chest is kind of just along for the ride of what my entire rib cage is doing. Whatever you're doing, it's all good, Shody. Now I'm going to be mindful of my upper back and my shoulders. See what they're doing. If your shoulders are tensing upward on the inhale, I would encourage you on the exhale to just encourage them backwards. Don't force them back, not in a muscular way like we do throughout the week, but just encourage them backwards and down. What I want is to think about on every inhale, I'll take this off so you can see. On the inhale and exhale, I'm encouraging my shoulders to get broad and low. I'm putting this back on because I'm cold. Because we're not moving. So now, let's bring our attention back to our breath once more. Try to get your inhale a little slower, and your exhale too. Try to get your inhale a little quieter. Exhale. Keep your eyes closed if you would like. I'm going to come towards you so that I can demonstrate something. So now that we've focused on our body, I'm coming up to my neck, and I'm bringing my attention and awareness to my neck and to my face. There's a lot of hollow space and a lot of space to take advantage of in those areas. So as you're inhaling, I now want you to think about your throat also extending downwards, just like your lungs. They're extending downwards and opening. So same thing with your throat. I'm thinking of trying to get my throat big, like the like one of those frogs with the big bubble throat. I don't know. But that's the mental image that's coming to my mind. So that's what it is. You can't see it because mine doesn't really protrude, but I'm putting my fingers on my Adam's apple right now. I just swallowed, so you can see my Adam's apple come up a little bit. So on my inhale, this is what I want to do. See how my finger came down ever so slightly? Try that for yourself. Again, not forcing, just encouraging your body to do what it naturally wants to do. These are some techniques to help you breathe more organically and to help you let go of any of the tension you've been carrying around over quarantine or since you learned to hold in your feelings, be self-conscious, all of those things. We're letting it all go. Good. I'm going to keep talking at you. So stay in that seated position and just keep breathing. Again, make your inhale a little slower. And your exhale last a little longer. Now make your inhale a little quieter. Exhale. If you're a singer, you'll know what I'm talking about. But if you've never thought of this before, I'm going to direct your attention to your soft palate, which is if you stick your tongue back, you can't really see it right now, but if you stick your tongue back in your mouth towards the back of your throat, you'll feel a fleshy part of your mouth towards the back and above. That is your soft palate. So as we think of lowering our throat or letting it relax, whatever you want to call it, on that inhale, while I'm thinking of lowering my throat, I'm thinking of raising my soft palate and just not in a muscly way, but just creating space, like a yawn. If you yawn, that's what's supposed to happen. I'm not tired. I'm not sleep deprived. It's fine. Good. Keep encouraging that soft palate up. While you keep encouraging your throat down. Encourage your shoulders back. Encourage your back outward like wings. Encourage your ribs wide like an accordion. And encourage your abs, your butt, and your legs down into the ground. Good. I'm encouraging this organic push and pull in your body, not like something that's torn and divided amongst itself, but like the push and pull of waves, the push and pull of the tide, the push and pull of the moon. If any of you saw the supermoon last night. That's all going on within you. As you encourage your soft palate upward and back, like it's imploding, I would also encourage you to think about your cheekbones also lifting along with your soft palate. So along with that organic layer, we're also adding in a layer of joy. Good. And no one can see you, so if you look crazy, don't worry. But because it's the morning and we want to encourage energy, I'm also going to encourage you just to think about a light or a flame. I like to think of one of those old electric light bulbs. I think about that going off behind your eyes on your inhale. Good. Now, lastly, I want to think about, even though it's not anatomically correct, I want to think about that same upward and backward space from my soft palate and from my cheekbones. I want to think about extending that all the way up the back of my head. Oh, again, that's what's supposed to happen. Inhale a little longer. Exhale a little farther. Inhale a little quieter. Exhale a little longer. Good. Now we thought about that upward and backward space. Remind yourself of that light behind your eyes. Encourage your throat to lower. Encourage your shoulders and your chest to relax. My inhale got loud again, so let's encourage our inhales to get quiet. Ooh, that was quiet. Now encourage our backs to expand backward. With that same movement of the throat going down. Good. With that same movement of your soft palate and your cheeks rising into your head. Good. Now marry that with the movement of your ribs expanding outward. So your ribs go out, your back goes back, your throat goes down, your head goes up. And now we're thinking of our diaphragm, our abs, our butt, and our legs to our feet, extending down into the floor on the inhale, but also rooting more deeply on the exhale. Good. I'm gonna come back to my mat. So for me, I'm gonna lie back because that's what feels good for me. So do that if you want. Live your best life. And all of those things that we just worked on with our breath, I'm going to carry them over into this new position. If you're still sitting, perfectly fine. Now I'm going to ask you to do something, and whatever emotions come up, if any emotions come up, that's okay. If you don't feel anything, that's okay too. The space, I don't know exactly what it's called anatomically, but the space between your collarbone, that little hollow space, just go ahead and lightly touch it with your fingers. Feel that? To me, that's a very intimate part of my body. For me personally, this is the most vulnerable part of my body. The first time someone did this to me, it was an Alexander technician who touched me here, and I just burst into tears, and I had no idea why. I didn't know why at the time, but once I journaled about it and reflected on it more, I realized that it's because as a performer and as an artist, and especially as a singer, as an athlete, as a rock climber, I'm always expecting something from my body. I'm always assessing my body for what it can do for me. How is it working? How is it doing it? How efficiently and how powerfully is it serving my purpose and my agenda? And I'm thankful. I'm so thankful a um, to have a functioning body, to have a body that is capable of doing amazing things. But I'd also like to encourage us with this movement, with this touch, just to encourage your body that, and to encourage yourself that you don't need to do anything. You don't need to achieve anything. You don't need to lift anything. You don't need to book a role. You don't need to murder a murder hornet, stab a zombie. Your body will still be worthy just by being. That's what this hollow space means to me. Close your eyes and just spend some time with that part of your body. Now I want to actually end class a little early because I want to leave this next 15 minutes that you would normally spend with us during Kicking Coronas. I want you to spend that time just sitting in all of the concepts that I brought up over these last 30 minutes. Think about the push and pull of your body, even if you don't remember exactly which which parts of your body are moving in which direction. That's okay. What I'm really thinking about is I'm thinking of that ocean-like movement happening within me and stirring within me. So just be mindful of that and just see which parts of your body are moving and which way within you. Always encourage your inhale to get quieter and longer. I mean, I have shifty eye because I'm switching between StreamYard and Instagram. I want to reach both of you. But the last thing I want you to sit with for a little while, you have 10 minutes before getting back to the real world. So with this movement, or with this gesture, just, it's okay. Whatever your body is doing, however it's feeling, wherever you are, is okay. So I'm going to leave you there for the next 10 minutes. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow during our fundraiser. There's information for that in the description on this event specifically, so you don't need to rush to do anything. Just stay where you are and register for the event when you get off. So happy breathing, happy Friday, have a wonderful weekend.